Weakness is not something that happens to you. Weakness is something you allow. Weakness is a choice, a silent decision made every day through comfort, excuses, and avoidance. Most men don't wake up one morning suddenly weak. They become weak slowly, through years of choosing what feels good over what is right, what is easy over what is necessary. Weakness doesn't take your life all at once. It takes it inch by inch. It starts small, barely noticeable, and then it grows until it becomes the weight that crushes everything you could have been. You know this. Deep down, you feel it. Every time you avoid the hard thing, every time you break a promise to yourself, every time you act against the man you want to be, a small piece of you fades. Weakness begins in the smallest moments. Sleeping in when you said you'd wake up, scrolling when you said you'd work, eating trash when you said you'd stay disciplined, avoiding conversations you're afraid to have, denying responsibility when you know it's yours. Weak men think these moments don't matter. Strong men know these moments are everything. Because weakness is built in private long before it appears in public. By the time the world sees you as weak, you've been living that way internally for years. Here's the hard truth. Weakness always costs more than effort. Always. Weakness destroys your confidence. Weakness destroys your discipline. Weakness destroys your respect for yourself. You can lie to others. You can pretend. You can hide your insecurities behind jokes, noise, and distractions. But when the lights go out and the world goes quiet, you know exactly who you are. Weakness is the life you settle for when you give up on the life you want. Look at the men you admire. Not celebrities, not influencers, but real men who carry themselves with strength and calm. They are not that way by accident. They are not that way because life was easy. They are strong because they faced themselves. They confronted their fears. They stood in front of the fire and refused to move. Strong men are forged. Weak men are created, one through pressure, the other through avoidance. Weakness lies to you. It tells you that comfort is safety, that effort is optional, that discipline is extreme, that pressure is unfair, that someone else will save you. But no one is coming. No one is doing the work for you. No one is fighting your battles. No one is responsible for your strength but you. Weakness whispers, maybe tomorrow. Strength replies, do it now. Weakness says, I can't. Strength says, I will. Weakness hides from discomfort. Strength hunts it down. Weakness avoids responsibility. Strength carries it willingly. Weakness protects your ego. Strength destroys it so you can rebuild. Here is the reality most men refuse to accept. Your life is a reflection of your strength or your weakness, not your intentions, not your fantasies, not your potential, only your choices. Weakness will cost you opportunities. Weakness will cost you relationships. Weakness will cost you respect. Weakness will cost you the future you claim you want. And the price keeps rising the longer you avoid the truth. But there is hope, because weakness is not permanent. Weakness is not your identity. Weakness is simply the result of choices, which means it can be undone by choices. The moment you decide that weakness is no longer acceptable, you begin to change, not by motivation, not by inspiration, but by discipline, by doing the things you don't want to do, not because you enjoy them, but because the man you want to become requires them. Weakness dies the moment you stop negotiating with it. When you say, no more excuses, no more comfort, no more avoidance, I choose strength. Strength is not about muscles. Strength is not about aggression. Strength is not about never feeling fear. Strength is the ability to do what must be done, even when you don't want to do it. That is the foundation of self-respect. And here is the hardest truth of all. Weakness feels good in the moment. Strength feels good in the long term. Weakness gives you small pleasure now, followed by regret later. Strength gives you discomfort now, followed by pride later. Weak men die many times before their actual death, through shame, avoidance, and unrealized potential. Strong men die once, after living fully, honestly, and courageously. So ask yourself, are you avoiding the man you could be, or building him? Your actions today decide the answer, not tomorrow, not someday, today. Weakness is a choice. Strength is a choice. And every moment is an opportunity to choose again. The question is simple. Which man are you choosing to be?